In India, majorly there are three types of schools. One is boys' school, second is the girls' school, and the third one is co-education systemized schools, where both the girls and boys are seated in same classrooms. Schools with co-education system can be seen most in India across different states. So, you may think, what could I milk content out of this topic? But wait, there is a serious thing to be spoken about this to the parents and school managements. With no wait, let's start. Hi, hello, welcome. I'm Harish. This is VOV Voice of a Guy, a Tales of a Boy from Madurai. So, as a new try, this particular episode with some kind of message, I thought of doing it in bilingual so that my thoughts and opinions on this topic might reach wider audience who don't know Tamil. Whereas my mindset always keeps on tingling that தமிழ்ல போட்டே பேசுறத யாரும் கேட்டு கிளிக்கல இங்கிலீஷ்ல வேற போட்டு என்ன பண்ண போறேன். Okay, fine. Despite the minor argument with my inner self, I decided to do it in both the languages without considering the reach or streams or views or whatever. So coming back to the topic, what is the problem with the co-education system? Since I am saying this, don't think that I am gonna oppose or speak against the co-education system, but to my knowledge, co-education system is not systemized how it actually should be in 80% of the schools. And I seriously don't know why there are separate schools for boys and girls. We link this point with the co-education topic. Now speaking, what is the actual motto of co-education schools? To have both genders in the same classrooms or the environment, to grow up, learn, interact and respect the fellow being. Am I right? But is it in the way I mentioned right now? Definitely not. This is because the managements and parents thinks that their children might divert into relationships or waste time by spending time with the opposite gender, and which may possibly lead into some sensitive issues. The point sensitive issues I pitched will be coming into action only if the co-ed schools were not actually co-ed schools. If the students of co-ed schools were treated like conversation between opposite genders or crime and will be punished, every boy-girl conversations will be cut, and mainly boys start seeing girls as a peculiar human beings, and with the influence of cinema, they may also get some butterflies in their stomach, and the other worst case is the sexual assaults or harassments that happens across the country. These things happens when the boy never see or treat the fellow girl how he treats or speaks to the friend of his gender. These all can be prevented with the first stage of parents of both the boy and girl should be sportive and should teach how to see and treat their opposite gender beings, and also should teach sex education at particular age, and parents should come out of the reactionary mindset. Every parent is responsible for their children growing up good or bad in the society. School and friends comes after. Now coming back to the schools, I don't know well about the other schools, but in my school and most of the schools, the male and female conversation is restricted. And in some classes, some boys with the reactionary mindset still stays with the ideology of real boys never talks to girls. Such a dumb mindset, isn't it? And those boys would even tease or rag the fellow boys who used to treat the girls as their classmate or friend, but not as the reactionary minded boys who used to see girls as cheap beings or peculiar or even alien kind of thing. And in the pre-intro, I mentioned about girls' school and boys' school, right? I couldn't figure out what is the actual purpose of having schools like that. And even some schools labeled as co-ed and have two separate blocks for boys and girls. Brilliant managements. So you might think or even ask me in return that if the above said points are followed, won't there be any relationship atrocities in the school? Eventually it will be, because it is the age of those students to get butterflies. It's the teenage, so we can't complain about it. But if their parents are open-minded, those students can share things about how they feel with the butterfly stuffs, and as mature parents, they should preach them what is good and what is wrong, and which is the right time for all these activities and etc. This can definitely minimize the issues faced in the schools and society. So this is all I want to share about in this topic. I have never asked my audience to follow or share my podcast episodes in my previous episodes, but now I ask you to share this episode, whether in English or Tamil, to all age sector people. I guess this is the minimum that you can do to correct the future society. So that's it for today. So in next episode, I'll come with another interesting or entertaining content. Until then, bye from Harish.